So I'm in my CLI now, and if I quickly do a Docker images, you see there are multiple images which are present over here. For this demo, we are more interested in the Busybox image, typically because it is of lower size and it helps quite a lot during the demo purposes. So let's go ahead and create a new container from Busybox. So let's do a Docker run. I'll specify the name. Let's use Busybox, and it will be launched on the Busybox image. All right. So now if I do a Docker PS, this is the Busybox container which is up and running. So now let's go ahead and connect to the container. I'll say Busybox sh. All right, because here the sh command is something which is running. All right, so I am within the container. If I quickly do a ls-l, these are all the directories which are present within the container. So now let's do one thing. Let's go to root, and for our demo purposes, we'll create a file. Let me call it as change1.txt. So let's say that this is the Busybox container. So you modified a lot of things within this container, and you want to create an image out of the modified things that you have done on top of the container. So that can be achieved with the help of Docker commit. So you can do a Docker PS. So let's say that you have made all the configuration changes that you intended to do and your application is working perfectly. So if you want to create a new image out of this, you can go ahead and do a Docker container commit, specify the name of the container. In my case, it is Busybox, and specify the new name that you might want to make it appear within the Docker images list. So let's say I'll say Docker Busybox -modified 01. All right. And now if you do a Docker images here, you will see that this is one image which is created. So now let's do one thing. Let's run a new container from this specific image. I'll call it Busybox-custom, and I'll launch it from this specific modified image that we had created. All right. So now if you do a Docker PS, let me just clear the screen so that it's easier for us to see. So now there are two containers. This is the new container which we launched from a custom image. So let's quickly connect to this custom image. I'll say Docker container exec. Let's specify the image name, and I'll say sh. Now in order to verify whether the changes that we had made to the container previously before creating the image are still present or not. So within the root, if I do a ls-l, you will see that change1.txt is still present. So I hope at a high level overview, you understood what the Docker commit is all about. Now there are a few more things which I thought I'll share. Basically, when you are doing Docker commit, there are certain aspects that you will be able to modify. Let me quickly show you. So I'll say Docker inspect, and let's take up the Busybox image. So within here, if you go a bit up, you have the CMD over here. You also have the env over here. So with the commit, you can modify all of these aspects. So let's look into how we can modify. Let's say you want to change the CMD from sh to something like ash, or if your image has bash, then you can change it to bash as well. So this is something that you will be able to do. Let's look into how we can do that. I'll say Docker container commit. You will have to specify change. Now you have to specify the instruction that you want to change. A container can have multiple instructions. So let's say we want to change the instruction of CMD, and we want to change from sh to ash. All right. And now you have to specify the container ID. Let's say, or you can specify the container name also. That is also fine. All right. So now if you do a Docker images, you will see that there is one image which got created. So let's run the docker run command again. I'll say docker run dt I'll say busybox hyphen modified 02 and I'll specify the new image ID over here. Alright, so now if you do a docker ps, you will see that there is a new container which has been launched, and this container has the command of ash. So basically, docker commit not only allows you to commit a image which has a different files or configurations that you have made inside the container, you can also change various aspects like command, env, etc.